Hello and welcome to Pep Talk with me, Mr. Pepperell. In today's episode I'm having a little think about infrared radiation. By the end of this video you should be able to say what is infrared radiation, do all objects give off infrared radiation, and how does temperature affect the amount of infrared radiation an object gives off.
So you may have seen those police camera shows on the TV where the police helicopter's got a special camera to see where the villains are hiding in the darkness. Well, the cameras they're using are not detecting visible light like a normal camera does or like your eyes do. They're in fact detecting infrared radiation. It's just a different wavelength of light. And in this picture we've got here, you can see that this person is holding something in their hand which is giving out a lot of infrared radiation. Well, this is just an infrared shot of someone carrying the Olympic torch. The Olympic torch here obviously had a flame in, which was very hot, so there's a lot of infrared radiation being given out. So infrared radiation is just heat energy or thermal energy that's being transferred by a wave. And every single object you see is giving out or emitting infrared radiation, but they're not all emitting the same amount. If we look at some of these pictures here, we can see that we've got some otters running around there, okay? They're showing up here as different colours. The colours indicate different temperatures, and we can see that those otters are giving out infrared radiation. A fella up here with his horse, we can see that they're glowing with colours there. That's to indicate there's infrared radiation being given out. And this house, again, is giving out infrared radiation. You can see the windows are a different colour than the roof because they're both emitting different amounts of infrared radiation. Okay, why is it that some parts of this house are a different colour than other parts of the house? Well, it's to do with the fact that the hotter an object is, the more infrared radiation it emits in a given time. So obviously we can see here the windows of the house are obviously hotter, they're giving out more infrared radiation. The roof is colder, it's giving out less infrared radiation. If we look at the otters over here, we can see their heads are white, so they're giving out a lot of infrared radiation, whereas the end of their tails, probably dipped in the water, a bit cold, so they're blue, they're not giving out as much infrared radiation. So all objects do give out infrared radiation, just not the same amount. So the source of infrared radiation that actually affects you the most is our closest star that we call the sun. You can see a picture of it there. Now the sun doesn't just give out infrared radiation, it gives out a whole range of different types of radiation. Infrared radiation, visible light that we can see, UV radiation. If we have a little look at this image here, that's a composite of the sun giving out all these different types of radiation. And the thing is, a lot of these types of radiation, as they travel to Earth, are absorbed by our atmosphere, okay? But not so the infrared radiation. The infrared radiation can pass through our atmosphere, and that's what gives us the nice, warm, life-sustaining temperature we have here on Earth, okay? But here's the thing, once that infrared radiation reaches the Earth and it warms up objects, they themselves then start to emit infrared radiation of their own, okay? So the sun, infrared radiation comes down, warms up objects on our planet, which then start to emit infrared radiation. But the problem is the infrared waves that are emitted by these objects has got a slightly longer wavelength than the infrared light on the way in, okay? And what happens is the infrared radiation being emitted gets trapped by gases in our atmosphere, okay? Gases such as methane or carbon dioxide or water vapor. And all of this trapped infrared radiation causes our atmosphere to warm up, just like in a greenhouse in the summer. So we call this the greenhouse effect. And obviously, the more of these gases there are in our atmosphere, the warmer our atmosphere is going to get. And of course, by burning fossil fuels, we are adding to these gases in the atmosphere. We're putting more and more CO2 or carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which is trapping more infrared radiation, making our atmosphere warmer. And that's what we call the greenhouse effect.
So that is everything we need to know about infrared radiation. Any problems with that at all, don't hesitate to tweet me at Mr_Pepperell or email me and I'll get back to you ASAP. That's it for this episode of Pep Talk. Thanks for stopping by.